Well, unfortunately, Gary's still alive. Unfortunately, Gary's still alive, but Robin is back, y'all. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chessie for Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 8, Episode 1. Okay, y'all, so first thing first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's episode. Well, tonight's episode down below. Look, it was moving slow, basically. It was moving slow because they was doing the whole questioning thing. Well, I think towards the middle, I was like, okay, Gary's still alive. Gary is obviously still alive. That's why they over here beating around the bush. But these over here, that agent and that detective, I said, look, called, what's his name? I forgot his name. Michael. Done called Michael a mute. Done told Andy she was a tramp. I said, ooh. Now I understand they be using these type of tactics to get to people. But that agent dude, Agent Watts, I said, are you mad or no? It's giving somebody hurt him, or he was hoping that Andy ran to him, gave him a chance. But yeah, Robin back, y'all. Robin's back. So we'll see where that goes. Let's start from the beginning. So basically the whole episode, Andy was being questioned, Hudson was being questioned. I was waiting for them to get Hayden. So with Hayden over here packing and trying to leave, does that mean that he did it? But yeah, I said, okay, does that mean that he did it, or they just want us to believe that he did it? I said, I believe Hudson did it. Because look, it cut off. Look, it got interrupted. It didn't cut off. It got interrupted because somebody was trying to video chat me. So what happened during the beginning, I know it cut off during the Hudson interrogation. What was he saying? I know he said something about Andy. He was trying to flip the script and make it seem like she did it and talking about, I don't know about Andy, but Gary really loved her and all this other stuff. Now you know doggone well what he was having you do. And you know doggone well he ain't love her for real. I said, no, he did it. He the one did it. Nah, I don't know who did it for real. But yeah, I was like, okay, did Hayden do it? Because he's trying to get out of town. But he said something. I'm skipping ahead, but Hayden said something. He was like, he was watching the news and he was basically saying that Gary got what he deserved. But then he's like, and she will too. And they showed him thinking back, or they just showed it like that to finding out about Tamara and Gary. So I was like, was he talking about Tamara or what? But yeah, on tonight's episode, Andy was being questioned or whatever. The agent kept on, he was talking about how she ended up about to marry Gary when he was supposed to help her. They supposed to be testifying against Gary and everything. But yeah, I said, look, I don't see shows and movies where they question people and they use their reverse psychology like Zach said. But they went in, they don't call Michael a mute. They don't told Andy she was a tramp then. What did they tell Karen? Talking about you dealing with a lot. You got two different baby daddies or some type of way they put it. I said, dog, you ain't had to do it like that. What else did he say to her? Look, I said, you ain't had to do the girl like that. Then with Danny, I said Danny gonna be Danny always, y'all. I said she told the truth. He thought he had something, then he was like, he don't believe she did it. She said, what did she say? She said, I told her I was coming to burn something. She said, but somebody beat me to it. So I said, look, I said, Danny gonna always be Danny, be honest. Well, yeah, I wrote it down. I said, these agents over here coming at everybody sideways. He was asking Sabrina if she did it and just reminding her of what she, the fact that she spent some time in jail for a bank robbery and everything. She was like, I was cleared. And one of them, I don't know if it was Agent Watts or the detective. I didn't catch his name. I forgot what his name was. But they made some comment, and I said, okay, do you want to catch who really did it or not? They said something. I don't think I wrote it down. But we got to go back to Hudson. What did he say? He said he was telling the dude, the detective or agent, whatever he is, that Gary is more than just his best friend. He his brother. I said, you did it. I said, you did it. It's always them. I said, you did it. He kept on, and he was trying to flip the script or whatever. Then they showed him going to the hospital, and he was like, tell me. I knew they showed him running down the hallway, so I was wondering what the agent was talking about. Somebody, he was gone, implying that he was gone. He never actually said it. But yeah, they showed him and he was talking to the doctor by the end of the episode. And then he was like, tell me, is it true or whatever? And the doctor was saying, I done skipped all the way ahead. But the doctor basically said that at first he did die, but he came back and said he tough. I said, oh Lord. I said, here we go. I said, no. No, for real though, Gary funny. Gary's funny. I ain't gonna front. Hayden, I can't stand Hayden, but they a part of the show. Well, that makes sense. Obviously, they a part of the show. They make the show. I like seeing Zach and Fatima. Yeah, they all make the show in their own way, I guess. I guess. But yeah, what else? We're gonna get to Tony and Rich now later. Need to finish with this interrogation. Zach. He was questioning Zach and he kept trying to, trick him up. But Zach was like, what did he tell Zach? He said, oh, yeah, basically, this ain't your first rodeo. Then he started talking about Fatima. I said, no, Zach, that's what he wanted you to do. That's how he wanted you to react. And he fell for it. He fell for it to my son. Keep her name off your list and all this other stuff. I said, you can't threaten no agent. You can't tell no agent or no detective that. But yeah, now Zach and Fatima want to be what's a good name for them? They want to be Inspector Gadget and stuff. Talking about some, they gonna figure out who did it. I wonder what that scene is where they have Hayden. I think that was Zach and Fatima. I know for sure it's Fatima and Hayden, and they at the law firm or whatever. They sit in the room, and then they also show the behind the scenes where Hayden said something or did something, and Zach ran after him, and Hayden ran. Hayden ran, but yeah, we'll see y'all. Look, at first, the way they was talking, I was like, did we get another time jump? Because they was like, this the second time they being questioned. And then, what was the other comment they made? I forgot. I know for sure they said, this the second time they're being questioned. They said something. They said, um, the detective was talking to Andy and he was saying all that Jordan lost because of Andy. And I said, wait a minute now, is the campaign over with? But then they started talking about it again when they was questioning Jordan, saying that, he gonna lose the campaign or something if he don't come forward. I said, you can't trick nobody into, now people do be over here confessing to stuff they didn't do. But I said, how you gonna try to trick somebody if they didn't do it? If they didn't do it, you can't make them say they did it. But I know they got to try to solve the case. But do you want to find who did it? Gary made somebody stab him. That's what happened. Nah. I said, do you want to find who did it or what? Hayden. I said, oh, maybe the reason why he wasn't getting questioned is because they don't know that he knows that Gary was sleeping around with Tamara. But yeah, he was trying to get up out of there, and here comes Tamara. I said, now he could have just been getting out of there because of everything that happened. But the way they tried to show it, I was like, nah, I ain't gonna get solved that fast, or will it? Or will it? But yeah, he was watching the news, like I said, and then he was saying how Gary got what he deserved, and he said she will too. That's what it sounded like he said. I don't know if that's actually what he said. And then he was about to head out. I think he said he was going out the country or something like that. They cut to him packing. I said, did he do it? I said, oh my goodness. But then Tamara came, she's supposed to be telling him, I think they already showed it in the trailer, asking him, if he did it, and he's supposed to tell her that Gary had a lot of enemies. I think Zach said the same thing, because when him and Fatima, I think that was the scene where him and Fatima was talking about, solving the case and figure out who did it. And they was like, Gary had a lot of enemies. It could have been anybody. I said, exactly, anybody. I deleted part of it. Where was we at? Zach and Fatima. They was talking and she ended up asking him, if he did it. He said, no, he didn't do it. He put it on his kids or whatever. She said, I believe you. So then he asked her if she did it. And they revealed, they did show up. They should have showed it. I still think they should have showed them show up. They should have showed everybody there. Maybe they will do a flashback or something, because they did a flashback on today's episode. But yeah, they decided the best way to clear their name is to find out who did it. That's why he had that little board thing up there. But yeah, they gonna find out. Because I was about to tell y'all know I dropped the video saying, I think that was some months ago, but I recently said it as well, about how they said that all chaos breaks out at the hospital, in Gary's hospital room or something like that. But then this episode aired, and they implied that the man was gone. Should have known he was still kicking. But yeah, they implied that he was gone. So I'm guessing the hospital scene is coming up. I said, I wonder how he gonna be. I wonder is he still gonna be the same person. I wonder is he gonna tell the truth, or is he gonna be like, oh, I know who did it, and then say this person did it. And I said, he's supposed to be the one getting questioned and locked up and stuff. But yeah, let's see. Fatima and Zach want to find out who did it. Let me see. I know we ain't talked about Rich now. He over here. He done called. Did he call Andy out her name, or that was just the detective? Look, everybody on Andy bad. I mean, technically it is her fault, but at the same time, shut up. You just came back in the picture. No, he never left the picture, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I said, calm down, sir. Calm down. Oh, I said that man Gary still kicking. We already talked about that. Agent Watts, are you mad and all? Robin back. We talked about that. It's something else. I know we didn't talk about Tony now yet, but they show Tony and Rich. They both back. They was just talking about Andy and everything that's going on about both of their women having to be questioned because of Andy or whatever. It was more so Rich. Tony didn't say too much of anything about it, but yeah. I said they still don't know. After all this time, they still don't know that she was only with him. I said Jordan knows. He knows. I forgot he know. But yeah, Jordan knows the truth. Tony and Danny still going strong. She trying to sleep with him. He still not trying to sleep with her. Now I understand that moment is a serious moment. He's talking about being questioned and everything. But this the second or third? Is this the third time that she don't try to sleep with him and he won't do it? I said, we got our eyes on you, sir. We got our eyes on you. But yeah, he back. He's back. Well, yeah, that's basically it. That's basically all that happened. We already talked about Robin showing up at the end of the episode. Well, I guess I should repeat it. Robin showed up at the end of the episode. He just walked in there. And he was like, he gonna be her legal counsel. I said, I forgot he was a lawyer too. I forgot. And I said, he back. But he's supposed to be talking to Andy on next week's episode, talking about some, the love of your life got stabbed. He may or may not be dead and all this stuff. I said, she don't, well, I don't know, Andy iffy. I was about to say she don't love him. But when the dude implied that he was dead or whatever, she started to cry or whatever. He was like, are you crying? What he said? They was talking reckless. They was talking reckless to these folks. But yeah, that's it. Let me know y'all thoughts down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the night and be safe.